What up guys, this is the Power Mushroom coming here with a video, and that video it's a video response to Nomdee's video, games that you left shamefully unbeaten. Now, like for me, games I always beat the game before I buy something, so I don't have a lot of games from my childhood that I really haven't left unbeaten, but there are quite a few that I have. And as the years went on, I started getting more games. I kind of left some unbeaten, or some were just too hard, so I moved on to the next one and the next one. And then there are some that still kind of haunt me to this day because like I got so far into these games and I just never beat them. So here are just a few. I think I can name like 4 or 5. We'll see how many I can name, but I'm gonna keep it really just a few. Maybe like under 4 or something, but I mean, so these are video games that I left shamefully unbeaten. And grant all these games here, that I still have my save files for all these, and just to make sure I have all this right. Alright, cool. So, let's get started. So, one of the first games that I left shamefully unbeaten, and it haunts me to this day because everybody talks about this game as being one of the greatest JRPGs ever made, and people who know me, I play JRPGs and I think they're amazing. They're probably some of the best things, and I always beat them. But there's one in particular that I just never beat, and that one is Chrono Trigger. Like, I know of all the games that I could not have beaten, I have my own save file, you know, on a memory card for my PlayStation. It's still there because I played Chrono Trigger on the PlayStation, you know, with the Final Fantasy Chronicles, I believe. That's what it came with, and I did it twice. I got so far into it, and I remember one time my save data got corrupted, so that was part of it, because I remember taking the cartridge or the memory card to my friend's house, and you know, we were kind of showing each other's progress, because that's what you did back then. You tell them, oh look, you know, I got this new weapon, or you know, you would show your friends how far you've gotten in a game and the kind of secrets you unlock, and that's what you would do. And I did that, and many people, like I said, a lot of people have had experiences where they've lost their save memories on memory cards for the PlayStation. For one of my friends, they lost their Final Fantasy VII save just like through that, and he never touched Final Fantasy VII again. So there you go. But Chrono Trigger, I got halfway through it the first time, it got erased, and then eventually, later on, I did start playing the game again. But I think as far as I only got like halfway through the game, and to the point where like I don't remember anything. I don't remember anything about Chrono Trigger. I remember, you know, I remember little bits and pieces, but I've played so many games from then, I do not remember the game. And I feel really bad because I feel like I should go back and play it. But I was able to pick up the Chrono Trigger, it's not a remake, but it's more of a port to the DS. I did pick that up recently, so eventually I will get to it and I will beat it. But there's on my memory card for the PlayStation, I still have a save on there that's it's left untouched for a long time, and until I go back to it, I don't know where I'm at in the game at all. So I mean, that's one of the games that I just didn't beat, and I feel really bad about not beating it because, like I said, I have a bunch of friends, they'll talk about Chrono Trigger, and like there's a lot. Chrono Trigger can be a discussion basically, and I don't have anything to talk about it because I never beat it. I always stay away from spoilers for that game. So if I see a discussion on Chrono Trigger, I always just kind of cover my ears and everything because I don't want to know anything. I'm gonna beat it one day, I promise, but just today's probably not the day. Alright, and another game. This one's fairly recent, but I'm putting it on a list because I'm a huge fan of the series, and because my friend gave me a copy of the game that I could play it, and I got halfway through it and I never beat it. He's probably going to watch it and he's going to be like, what, you never beat that game? Yeah, I know, I'm sorry Dion, but I didn't. The game that I never beat was Tomb Raider, the remake. Yeah, the reboot. I started playing the game, and I guess part of the thing that killed it for me was that my cousins, they always got certain games and then they would play through them, but they'd spoil everything. And it's just, the fact they didn't spoil Tomb Raider for me, I don't know what happens at the end. I don't. But the part where I'm in this part where, like, I guess they're hunting, well, through the entire game they're hunting Lara Croft, but I mean, I'm in a part of the game where like I had to be really stealthy and everything, and I kept on dying. I'm not kidding. I died and I died, and it's on. Of course, it's on the hardest difficulty, but that's how I play my games. They have to be on the hardest difficulty because for some reason I feel like a game always has some secret if you beat it on the hardest difficulty. But yeah, I never beat the game. I just never did. If I want, I am gonna go back to it eventually. Like one day, I want to play that, and then I will play Rise of the Tomb Raider, which I haven't touched, but I have it. But I just never beat that game. I'm still in the middle of a forest, trying to hide from people, and still trying to stealthily take everybody out. And like I said, one day I will get to it, but that's just another game that I just haven't beaten. It hurts a little bit, but yeah, no, I haven't beaten that. Alright, and this next game, I mean, I guess it could be understanding why I didn't beat it, and a lot of people really didn't beat it, but it's a bigger deal to me because it haunts my memory, and it's just, I'm reminded about it every day, every time I look at the cover, like, because I have like a display of it, of the limited edition, and the collector's edition, and it's Final Fantasy X-2, the second one. And it's shocking because people always look at me, or my cousins, they come to me when they want to know about Final Fantasy or something, because I've played every Final Fantasy game, and I've beaten pretty much every single one. The only ones I will admit I have not beaten is Tactics Advance and Advance 2 for the DS. Like, I mean, I don't know why, it's just, I can't get, they're not as good as the first one. You can't be as good as Final Fantasy Tactics, so, I mean, sue me, but I'm not going to beat those. Like, those are already made up in my mind. Maybe like one day when I'm super bored and I've beaten every game in the world, I'll probably play them, but I mean, they're just, to me, they're not that good. And, but like, as far as the main series of Final Fantasy goes, and every other, you know, the spin-offs and everything, I've beaten every single one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 was an online game, so I mean, like, there, I don't really, it never ended, alright? And then 12, I surprisingly did beat 12 when it was out in 2006. Not a lot of people played it because you were transitioning over to the new consoles, and I did 13. I did the entire 13 trilogy. I'm still playing 14's online, so there you go. I beat 15, and of course, you know, like I said, all the spin-offs, but 10-2, I just could never beat. Granted, I like the story, I like the lore of the game, I like where it's set, I like how it is connected to Final Fantasy VII, but it's just, I can't. I play the game, I have a save on the PlayStation 2 that I never beat it because I just couldn't get through it because of I think the atmosphere of the game is what messed with me. I mean, Final Fantasy X had such a depressed tone, but also really, it was really magical, you know what I mean? Like, it had its own tone. It set its tone, and you knew where the game took place, and you know how serious to take the game. And, you know, the kind of tragic story that lied behind the characters and everything. And that's what I like. And Final Fantasy X-2, yes, there is kind of a darker story to it, maybe, but it's just how lighthearted the music is. I think the soundtrack is a problem. The soundtrack in the game is probably my biggest problem. Granted, the opening scene for Final Fantasy X-2, it's probably one of the best Final Fantasy openings. Like, I love the music and everything, but how the tone is set throughout the game and the music and how goofy it is and how it's kind of girly, and it's just, I'm gonna beat it one day because I want to beat it before they announce or before they release 10.3, because Square Enix is talking about releasing a 10.3, and I do want to do that. So and I don't know the ending of 10.2, so please don't spoil it for me. And that's one thing strictly I've been on. Like, I'm not gonna know the ending unless I beat it. That is what I'm gonna do. But it's just, like I said, I have a save on PlayStation 2, then I have a save on the PlayStation 3, and then I rebought it for the PlayStation 4 just because I'm like, you know what, maybe one day I will, or maybe I will beat this. And as many times as I restart the game, as many times as I play it, I can't. It's just, like I said, when it comes to video games, what really turns me off is, I guess, the atmosphere and the soundtrack, and like, I guess how, there's a lot of things, but I mean, more likely, like I said, the soundtrack, the battle music, how goofy it is, and how it's just, I don't take it seriously, I guess. And like I said, one day I will beat it, but it's just, I can't. And that's where I leave. I can't touch that game. I mean, I will touch it, but I mean, like, it's just, I can't beat it. I can't bring myself to beat the game. Now, like, I'm not really talking about a lot of hard games or anything, because, like I said, a lot of games from my childhood I did beat. I ultimately played the games until I beat them, then I'd go rent a new game from like Blockbuster or Hollywood Video, and you know, that's how it would go. And it's just, that's how it went for me and my family. We would just keep on renting games, beat it, then we'd rent a new one or we'd buy a new one, and that's how it went. So I mean, pretty much for every game that I ever got, I beat. So most of these games I'm talking to you guys about is going to be fairly recent. And one of the major ones is that, okay, so it's a game from the Soul series. And in the Souls series, yes, Demon Souls, that one's super hard. I mean, I beat that one surprisingly. That I beat it, but like I didn't technically beat it by myself. I had friends do it for me, and I kind, we switched off, so I don't count that. But as far as Dark Souls, I mean, I went Dark Souls 1, I beat that. I beat 2, I beat 3, but then Bloodborne happened. And now Bloodborne, I was surprisingly at the beginning, I was like, oh man, this is easy. I'm gonna beat this game, no problem. And then you start getting into the boss fights. Now the boss I've been stuck on, and I've been playing this game like non-stop. I would play it like almost every other day, and I would make attempts to beat it. And if I was on it for a day, I'd be putting in like 5 or 6 hours into it. And I've been stuck on this boss, I think for, it has to be what, like, it has to be like of August or something, September of last year. I'm stuck on the spider boss. I can't get past this spider boss, like where you jump through the water and like it's turned into this whole new dimension or something, and there's a spider boss in there. No matter what I do, no matter how much help I summon, and no matter how many friends I get, I've never beaten that boss, and that game still sits on my shelf. And those are one of those games like I kind of mark down, and I'm just kind of like, I'll beat it one day, but not today. This is probably a game I'm probably going to beat in like a couple of years or something, and which sucks because Bloodborne 2 is coming out, and I'll probably buy Bloodborne 2, but I'm not going to play it because I didn't beat the first one. That's how it works with me. And then I guess for the last game, I mean, I'm going to take this as almost the entire series, because this is a series, it's really cool, but I've just never brought myself to beating them. And it's not because it's hard, but I guess it's always because I lose interest or something, or like something new comes out, and I'm ashamed of it because they're awesome games, and I don't like how I leave them unbeaten. And that is the Yakuza games. All the Yakuza games, all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I don't know if 5 came out. I think 5 came out on the PlayStation 3. I think we got it released here. But anyways, I've never been in a Yakuza game, ever. It's not the fact that it's all in Japanese. It's not the fact that, you have them, kind of talking, and it's not the fact that you have to read subtitles or anything. It's nothing like that. It's just, when it comes to the Yakuza games, the story's still going on, and when I got into it, the second one was already out. Alright, so I got the first one. And then when the second one was out, when I was getting close to beating the first one, the third one was coming out. So it's like, oh, okay, well, I gotta pick up the second one. I gotta hurry up and beat this. And then when the third one was already coming out, fourth one was getting localized in America for the PlayStation 3. And it's just like, alright, hold up, wait, let me catch up. And then, the next thing you know, the fifth one's already come. You hear about the fifth one in Japan. And then you see the fifth one everywhere on the internet. And it's just like, alright, I'll just wait. Then you hear about Yakuza 0. And then, like I said, over the years, it stacked up on me, and it just kept on stacking and stacking and stacking. I never got through them. But now that I just got Yakuza 0, so I know that this one, Yakuza 0, is right before the first one. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then 6 is coming out next year in Japan. So you see where I'm getting at. Like, too many games are getting released. I need time. And it's just... But what sucks is, I guess, I found out about Yakuza really late. And the popularity of it... It's not that big. Yakuza isn't really a big game series that a lot of people know about, and it sucks because it's not being advertised. By the way, just letting you guys know, Yakuza 1 is getting remastered for the PlayStation 4, and GameStop's not talking about it, nor is anybody else. I'm just saying, so if you want, you should go pre-order it, or they have a collector's edition, a steelbook edition, which I'm already getting that, but I'm just saying, they're not talking about it, so you guys don't know about it. So anyways, but yeah, so the Yakuza games, like I said, I've never been a single Yakuza game, ever. Never in my life. Never beat a Yakuza game. Granted, like I said, the soundtrack's amazing. I love the voice acting, really spot on. And it just sucks because I haven't beaten it. But I am playing through Yakuza 0, and I'm already, like kind of told myself, I'm going to play this game, I'm going to beat it, and by the time the first one comes out in August, the remaster, well, it's not so much as a remaster, they actually built it from the ground up, so it's a remake. And they actually got the old voice actors to go in and revoice all their lines with new dialogue, so that's pretty cool. But anyways, yeah, in August when the first one comes out, I'll already have Yakuza 0 beaten, then I'll play the first one, then I'll go back on PlayStation 2, then the PlayStation 3, and I'll play through all of them there. And then by the time I'm done, Yakuza 6 will be out, and then I'll be able to play that, so there you go. So yeah, those are a few games I left shamefully unbeaten. Like I said, I don't have a lot of retro games that I haven't unbeaten because, like I said, I've beaten all of them, pretty much. As far as, like, the major one that really really haunts me, it's Chrono Trigger. Like that one, it bothers the heck out of me because I just never beat it. I never got. It's not that I got stuck or anything. It's just I just never beat it. It just sucks because, well, I would have had another game on the list, but the fact is that I just beat it like a year ago. It's Super Mario Brothers 2. Yeah, the one that's like really odd. It's my favorite Super Mario Brothers. One of my favorites. I think my favorite would be 3 and then 2, but 2, I played it as a kid and I never beat it at all until recently, not that long ago, and I actually conquered the game and I was so happy. Granted, the ending pissed me off because I'm not going to spoil the ending for you guys, but if you guys want to Google the ending or something to Super Mario Brothers 2, look it up and you'll see why I'm mad. But anyways, yeah, that's all the games that that conquered me and left me destroyed and heartbroken. There are definitely more out there if I just think from my head or something, but like I said, I can't think on top of my head right now. But those are the major ones that like really bother me. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, please remember to like, subscribe. If you want to see more, upvote on Vidme, and all my social links, they're all below. There you guys can follow me, Twitch, Twitter, you know, all that stuff. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. You guys have a good day. Remember, when you're gaming, to power up.